Good afternoon, folks. You guys have been asking me about some updates on my equipment, and I figured I'd make a little video showing a few things been up to. Been doing some fabbing. These dang side grills, they were starting to crack right here. Kind of chintzy little things, so I welded some strap on the inside here, braced those up, painted them green because I eventually plan on painting this thing in my colors once I get everything fabbed up the way I want it. Anyhow, one thing I've been staying muffler pipe sticking out here. I've been noticing when I heel stuff that a lot of times I get a lot of times stuff comes down and hits it, and I actually bent it a little, so I made myself a guard for that. It bolts on. Let's see, what else did I do to this? Oh yeah, so I made myself a little saw rack here. Works pretty damn slick for this little 026. It's just something I use a lot when I'm running the skid steer and stuff. So anyhow, it fits perfect there. And then I noticed that a lot of times, especially when I'm doing with some of these forestry thinning jobs that I've been getting, that it's nice to have a hookaroon on hand. So made myself a little rack for that. Also made myself a little rack back here for my little tongs. They're kind of nice once in a while. You can't quite get to something with this to drag it up to the machine. Anyhow, got a new engine sitting right there. 25 horse. This thing's been burning more oil than it does gas, so getting a new engine after these next two jobs. Anyhow, yeah, and the other thing I've been working on is a bunch of stuff on my chipper. It's just been little aggravating things that for a long time, like back here, not having a place to frickin' stuff my saw. Made myself a little rack here, and the biggest thing that I'm liking is this bench I made. It was just an old piece of cottonwood that I used to have on my old plywood chip box on that truck. Anyhow, it's nice to have a place to set a saw down and gas it up. And then I made myself this little filing vise here when I want to file my chains. The thing I like about it is everything just pulls out of there if I ever wanted to set something flat here. And then I can file my chains here too with my little homemade doohickey here. So anyhow, the other things I did was I did not like having only one set of wheel chocks for this thing. So I bought another set, and I got racks on both sides. Sliding these wheel chocks in, right in there, like that. Then I made myself a little mount for my toolbox. It's got all everything I need for filing and thinking around on chains. Got this crate bolted to that bench there. And then I made myself a spare tire rack. Been going for quite a while without a spare tire, so I made myself a rack for that, and it bolted on. Got my star wrench there and everything I need. What else? No, yeah. Since I put this bench on, I didn't have a place to stuff my pitchforks in anymore, so I welded me a couple of tubes on to hold those. Oh yeah, and then my guards over my tail lights when I started notice when I was feeding this chipper with my skid steer. A lot of times I'll get a big wad of brush here and I ended up busting my tail lights, so I built myself some guards. Those tail lights just slide in there and bolt in, and I don't think I'll be breaking them anymore, hopefully. Anyhow, all out of my neighbor's scrap bin. All this stuff that I fabbed up. Anyhow, the other thing I was going to show was one guy had been asking me if I'd show a video loading my skid steer in that chip truck, so I figured I better make a video of that, so I'll go get my stuff around there and get my ramps and then I'll show that. Alright, so here's one thing I really love about my chipper. I can jackknife it and put my tailgate down and load that thing without having to unhitch and unload it. The only thing I can't do, unfortunately, is dump, because of the way I made this tailgate. Eventually, make it swing like a barn door or something. I could, but the reason I wanted to swivel down is I used to load logs and stuff in here with a winch that I got up in there. And anyhow, I wanted that tailgate to fold down, cover the whole back of my truck like a ramp for the logs. So that's why she's designed that way. So anyhow, I got my custom built ramps here. One thing I added to them was just 2 pieces of angle on the top just for good measure, and then I treated them with some custom treat. Anyhow, I just line them up with those bolts up there. It's about perfect width. Got these brackets that my neighbor helped me build. Hook right on here. Make sure this bucket's out of the way. There she is. Alright. And I got my custom pieces of wood right here that you gotta throw down. Otherwise the ass end of the chipper hangs up on those ramps a little. Closer. Alright. So one thing I have to do with this little skid steer is I gotta get that grapple up out of the way. Clamp it onto the main part of the boom here. Otherwise, I have a hell of a time getting my tailgate up. Easy as that. And I got a chain. I welded some rings in here to put chain and binders on it, and then on the front I just take that strap and I put it up over. I hook it right here. I get my tailgate up and with the ramps and everything in. And then I hook that strap right here and go up over the bollard and over my tailgate, and I hook it on the ass end of my truck there. I think that seems pretty safe. But anyhow, there she is. By God, ready to go to work tomorrow. Have a good afternoon, folks.